At this point, you know you need video in your strategy if you want your business to grow. And there's probably thousands of companies in your inbox if you're a business leader telling you that they can create the best videos for your business to grow. But is there a way that could go wrong? We have Impact's video trainer, Mandy York, with us today to talk a little bit about it. How's it going, Mandy?
It's good, Austin. How are you?
Doing good. Great to see you. So talking a little bit about third-party video companies, here at Impact, we coach people on how to hire a videographer, bring them in-house, and then how that videographer can help them make videos. But why should a business go through all that when there's all these companies in their inbox saying like, hey, we'll make these videos for you? Are there any problems that we should be looking out for with those types of companies?
That is a great question, Austin, and it's got a pretty big answer. I'm not going to lie to you. Hiring in-house is a great option for the majority of companies that we work with, and there's several different reasons why. Now, here in a minute, I'll talk to you about what times there are that you should be looking for an agency. However, there are a few different things that you need to know before you actually go into that world. So I'll start out with what the production process looks like in video generally. So whenever you are creating high quality video, it's a lot longer process than a lot of people think. You've got to plan everything out, get all of the people to the shoot date. Typically there's scripts that have to be written, there's research that has to be done, and then you have the actual shoot day. And then the longest part of that process on the back end is the actual review and revision process. So you may go back and forth 4 or 5 different times on the way that a video should look or how you want it to look or adding parts, cutting parts, all of those different things. And so whenever you have somebody in-house, it's as simple as walking over to their desk or to their studio and saying, hey, Austin, can we reshoot this little 30-second segment because this part just doesn't come off the way that I wanted it to. It doesn't have the right tone. Whereas if you are using an agency, there are 2 things that can happen. One, they're going to tell you you're stuck with what you got and that, we shot it. That's all there is. We can't plan another shoot date without you paying for another shoot date. Or they're going to say yes, and that paid shoot date is going to cost you a significant amount of money. And it's also going to take a long time. The average that we tell people is that it can take anywhere from 4 to 6 months for you to shoot a single day worth of content with an agency when you take into account the planning and the scheduling and the editing and all of those different bits. So that's issue number 1. Issue number 2 is going to be your variability in deliverables. So there are lots and lots and lots of videographers out there. The rise of cheap consumer, prosumer level cameras means that a whole lot of different people kind of came into the video and photography market over the last 10 years or so. Cameras are a lot easier to use than they used to be, and that means everybody and their mother wants to come in and learn to be a videographer. Now, in the agency world, they might have a rotating cast of people. A lot of people get into the video world and they don't realize how fast-paced it is, how difficult it is to keep up, how much work it can be. They're like, oh, we just point the camera and then it's going to be fine. But really, it's a difficult job. And so they'll have people that get hired and then fired or quit or whatever. And you've got kind of this rotating cast of videography members at any typical agency. So that means that the video that you had done 6 months ago with that agency or that series of videos could have been great. And then you're going to go back this time and you have a completely different videographer, completely different scriptwriter, completely different agency members. And so you may not have the same quality, although you're going to be charged the same amount or more than you were 6 months ago. So the only way for you to know that video is going to come out bad is whenever it's done. You're not going to be able to tell from the in-camera footage because they haven't edited it yet. You're not going to be able to tell just by talking to them or even by looking at their portfolio because they, different days, even as a videographer myself, I have great days and I have bad days. And so you're not going to know until that video is finalized and delivered, at which point you've already sunk 4 to 6 months into the production process.
And thousands of dollars as well.
Oh my gosh, yes, thousands of dollars, which is another thing that I would love to add in here. Hiring somebody full-time has kind of a sticker shock. Your average cost for a video hire in 2024 is going to be somewhere in the 60, 70, 80 range. And a lot of people look at that and they're like, oh my goodness, that's a lot. But if you know anything about the world of freelance or contract work, especially when it comes to videography, standard pay for second shooters in the video world is $50 an hour. So if you do the math on that, if you're hiring somebody freelance, you're going to end up paying more for freelance than you are having somebody in-house. If you're doing $50 an hour in pay and then a $30 agency fee at a 10 hour long like video project, that's $800 for a single video. And if you do like we tell you to do, which is 2 videos a week, then that still comes down to $83,000, $85,000 a year whenever you could have paid somebody to work in-house and had better quality.
So kind of with all these things that could be a problem with these outside or third-party video companies, why would someone want to hire them, or what would a situation be where it would be advantageous to use them?
Yeah. So there are a couple of scenarios in which I would encourage you to just get a one-off agency or freelance worker. Number one, if you're just intending to produce your selling 7 videos. So if you're just wanting to make a series of pricing videos or landing page videos or something of that effect, and then just be done with it, then I would definitely recommend that you go the agency route if you're just going to be doing those selling 7 videos. Now, if you're going to start translating your big 5 content into video, then you're going to need somebody full-time. But if you're looking at having 15 or less videos across an entire shoot, then an agency is probably the cheaper alternative.
So what would that ultimate situation be to bring in that videographer then?
So if you're really serious about doing endless customers, you're really serious about taking your video strategy to the next level, and you've really committed to educating your audience and putting out that great content and getting that great organic traffic and inbound leads, you're going to need somebody in-house. And that doesn't have to be somebody that has been in the industry for 30 years and knows how to shoot on a Hollywood camera. It can be a person right out of school that's doing great work with an iPhone. Have you seen that stuff? Like there's some insane iPhone footage coming out these days. It could be just you guys filming yourselves. At the end of the day, it doesn't have to be super, super overproduced. Now, the better production, then, the happier your audience is going to be. But ultimately, as long as you're still producing great, non-biased, educational, trust-building content, then you're going to be fine. And you can do that with a Canon Rebel. And they're very, very cheap cameras that are very easy to use. You don't have to go the full Monty to get great results.
Yeah, makes sense. And then having that in-house person or doing it yourself keeps that consistency. You're always kind of knowing what to expect, and you're just having a better experience creating a lot of videos. Yeah,
you're more adaptable. You can pivot quickly. You can follow current events. If your pricing changes, you no longer have to go through that 6-month process to get a new video. You can just shoot it really quick. There are a lot of really, really great benefits to having a videographer in-house. And I will always recommend that people hire in-house people to take care of their content, because that's how you get that next level understanding and that next level content production in your business.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that with us today, Mandy, and we'll see you on the next one.
All right. Thank you so much, Austin.
As Mandy mentioned, there's a lot that goes into the process of creating a video. And a lot of times it's going to be more cost effective and have a better outcome if you have your videographer in-house. If you and your business need help bringing that videographer in-house and then training them how to create the videos you need for your business to grow, contact us at impactplus.com today to start working with coaches and trainers just like Mandy.